Trans Am fans, we are back today for another video with some Trans Am content. Today, just trying some stuff out. I got my laptop. I'm just going to go to a more quiet area. I want to kind of test out a couple things in regards to the tune, more so for building boost. So I kind of want to hook up a relay and trigger the intake air temperature, the 5 volt reference, to cut that off while I'm using the two-step to help build boost off the line. Right now, as I'm letting the car warm up, right now when I use the Lingenfelter two-step launch control box, hooked up to my clutch pedal. When I'm on that, it activates the Lingenfelter box, and I build probably around 2 pounds of boost. I have it set to 3200 RPM, and it's still a little boggy off the line. I want to build some more, but that's going to require adjustments in the tune. And from what I have seen, another way to kind of help build boost off the line like that, especially on a manual transmission car, is to interrupt the intake air signal. So it defaults to the minus like 30, I think it is, or 20, whatever, the coldest setting that the computer reads, interrupting that signal so that the computer goes into a certain cell, and when it's on that cell, I want to tune that to dump more fuel, kind of bring back the timing some and see how much more boost I can build off the line. As soon as I let off the clutch, it'll re-engage, disconnect the relay, and everything will function back to normal. That should help build boost. It might toss a couple of like flames on the two-step as well. Right now I can make the car flame on its own on D-cell, and that's just a D-cell fuel cut. But I need that to be more so on the boost side of things when I'm building boost to help it launch more. I'm getting Hoosiers for the car, so with a stickier tire, I'm gonna need some more grunt off the line, and that's just not happening enough. So I want to kind of prepare myself to fix that. Also going to work on, as I mentioned before, this car still has issues with the handbrake, but I have found a solution as well. And it's in terms of the parking brake levers on the actual calipers. These are remanufactured calipers that I got on the car. Car's still cold, doesn't like it. They're remanufactured calipers, and the levers that come with them are junk, as I found out. They're really cheap white metal. So as I went to adjust them the other day, they came apart. So I got no e-brake again. Not that I had much of it before. So I've been scouring. I found a set of OEM ones locally, or sorry, online, that are being shipped. And I'll be able to swap those over and see if I can make that work properly. And from there, if the weather picks up nice enough and we can get some seat time back in this thing and try to really dial it in, that'd be fantastic. I'm trying to see how much I can do on the setup right now before I pull it. I am noticing excessive crankcase gases, so I know what that means. It's not my first rodeo, but we have spare motors at the shop as well, so I want to see what I can do with the rest of the car ideal and the motor last. Got HPtuners up and going here. So what I've done, this is just a really simplistic way of kind of making the car chop a little harder for those of you that are interested. So you go into the spark table, idle adaptive spark, over and under speed. With the over speed, you can kind of basically bring this around -15 across the board, -20 across the board. and for underspeed, I'm going to go plus 20 or 20 and just kind of see what that gets you for an idle. So I'm just going to try it at this setting. It's the only change I made to the tune, so it's really easy to revert back if I don't like how it sounds or feels. We'll do a little drive with that. From there, we'll wire up a relay just by the computer inside the car with the clutch switch and activate the relay through the clutch pedal to interrupt the IAT signal. And then we will try to tune out or smoothen out some of that cells when I'm in two-step and see what kind of boost I get off the line. So let's try this first. So we're going to write this to the car. We're going to turn the key on. Turn off my meth. Here we go. So it's cleaning up. Write complete. Close that out. I'll turn the key off. I usually unplug the OBD2 because sometimes I find when I leave it plugged in, I go to start and then HPtuners is open. The car long cranks for a little bit of time and it kind of stumbles to life, but we'll see what this gets me. So I already hear a difference. It's definitely sounds different, so let's go outside. Oh yeah. Definitely a little bit more aggressive on the lobe side of things. We'll open up the cutout. It definitely gives you a lot of exhaust streams as well. I do notice that. In a mall parking lot, I'm going to try to kind of record or log what happens timing wise for the two-step. With that information, I can see what cells I'm in so it's the next day. Just did a log, and I'm not making much boost, just wastegate. So for those who run 3-port Mac valves, this is now, over the course of being boosted, this is my 3rd Mac valve that I had to replace. I'm finding it more and more common that these do have to be replaced based on just the quality of them now. The original one that I got when I first did my Ghost Fastbits boost controller lasted for a very long time, and it finally gave out. At that point, it didn't come with a little filter screen. I don't know if that's really going to help anything much, but I've had to replace them several times now. They are pretty cheap on Amazon, eBay, stuff like that, or just generally online. So if you see them, here's a part number. Grab 2 or 3 at a time, just stock them, because you'll need it eventually. So for sake of just showing you guys how I'm going to be wiring up the IAT to work, you're going to need a relay, 5-pin relay. And so on a Gen 3 computer, I'm going to be using my clutch pedal to activate the relay. I have an aftermarket harness right now in the car. Before I had a factory harness that I modified, so I don't have the clutch pedal actually wired into the ECU anymore. I'll repin it, but just for simplicity, so on red connector on the ECM, pin number 25 is a tan wire. This will be the IAT 5-volt reference, so signal. So what you want to do is cut it in half, get yourself a relay, 5-pin, and you're going to use the red, blue, the white, and black wire on the relay harness. Okay, so between the black and the white, it doesn't really matter which way you want to hook them up. I'm going to be using a ground signal, so negative from the clutch switch, to activate the relay, and the white wire is going to a switch positive. You can run this to ignition if you want. You can run this to an arm switch with a power source, and that way you have to arm the switch and use the clutch pedal for it to trigger. And then the red and blue wires are going to be what connect and disconnect with the relay, the IAT signal, which will get you into those tables at the -38. So right now, you'll see with the relay not activated, and sorry for the glare, I'm reading intake air temperature. I have my relay hooked up to the ignition. So if I just kind of ground the relay, you hear it click, and you will see intake air drop, release it, reads back again. I'm not sure how fast that delay actually is real time on the ECU side of things in terms of when you let off the clutch and launch, how quickly it resumes back into the tables it needs. So we'll try that out. But this is what will get you into the -38° tables when you're on the 2-step and you're going to tune, or I'm going to adjust a tune for that setting. So I'm going to clean up the wiring and get that all sorted out. Then we will do our first log and see what we get. From that first log will tell me a lot of what I need to either add or remove timing, or add or remove fuel in that cell to get the result I want. All right, so I'm going to start our log here and see what we get. So IAT is -30. All right, so I made a couple more adjustments again, and we will try this out. nights now to try to get this ironed out. So I'm finding that with the Lingenfelter box, I have it set at 3100 RPM for the two-step to come on with the clutch pedal. I have adjusted so many tune files to get this where I want it, and if you can see here in my log, so I'm filming with my phone because my GoPro keeps dying and it doesn't like the cold, even though it's not that cold. So as I start coming up on it, it will flash to the 3100 RPM, activate the two-step, and it looks like it's dropping off, and I thought for sure it wasn't holding that RPM, but it's just because it's so violent. But as I come up, it kind of comes up on two-step, hesitate for a second, then I start building boost, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and I held it for as long as I felt comfortable, popping and banging pretty good. I need to calm the timing down a bit. You can see it kind of really start to pull some more timing, but as it pulled more timing, it actually liked it more. So I'm going to kind of play with that a little bit more in my tune. So I jump into VCM editor here. So what I've done is I've had to take out fuel. I am running meth, which comes on automatically about 4 pounds of boost, so that kind of is why I need to take some out, because it was way too rich. So I took out about 80% at that point, or sorry, about 8% at that point. So I have it down to right now. This is actually at 9. So I have a -9 on the IET adder. Spark wise, I pulled out from 2800 to about 3600 because I just wasn't sure where it would settle. About 1.35. I might put this back down to about 1.3 or 1.2 just to kind of calm the timing a bit and see how that goes. But this is the happiest I've gotten it so far to make the most boost. So I'm going to go outside and try to get a little video of it right now. As I've been doing this, I kind of kept the cutout closed because it is really loud when I have the cutout open, and now that it's popped a good couple flames, my cutout is carboned up and shut. So I need to take it off and resurface it so it won't be as loud, but you'll see the flames out the fender. So let me go do that, reposition myself.
God damn.
Right?
Yo, line them up, eh?